My dad got a boat this summer, and he was thinking about calling it pasta. And I was like, hey, Dad, you can't name your fucking boat after my friend. How about that? Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this?
It's another edition of KFC Radio on the Barstool Sports Network. Big week for KFC Radio. As you listen to this, we are on our way to Denver for our first live show west of Chicago ever. We're going to do Denver on the 9th. We're going to do Phoenix on the 10th. And then the City of Angels, L.A. on the 12th. This is our first ever West Coast swing. So do me a favor.
I'm jacked up about it.
Me too. I think it's cool that we're like, we can do Philly, Chicago, we can do Philly, New York, and Boston until like our eyes bleed, until your pockets are empty, and everyone's seen us 100,000 times. But to get out there and go see people who probably were like, oh, they'll never come out here, you know, and that's why you got to fucking come out, show out. Everybody's always like, yo, you got to come to our city, you got to come do this, you got to do that. Okay, we're here, Denver, we're here. We live very far away. We're making it. We're coming out. Please, you come out as well. We're going to do a meet and greet. You can meet us afterwards, take pictures, the whole nine.
Phoenix, I think we're going to have a very special meet and greet. So if you're in Phoenix, definitely come to that. I don't know if that's been locked in yet, but you might be the first people ever to go someplace. We'll see.
Right. And so either way, though, no matter what, we'll be taking pictures afterwards and hanging out. So Phoenix, Denver, Phoenix, LA, all this week. You can hit up our social media at KFC Radio, where there will be links for all the live tickets. So please buy those. Also, it's ugly Christmas sweater season. So back in the day, we used to make a fucking killing. We used to sell a boatload of these. Then Barstool got so big that everybody started making their own ones. Now, and we kind of disappeared from it. Now we're back in the game.
We're back in
the ugly sweater game. I got the Golden God. He's got
Here's the thing that some people do in the ugly sweater game. Is they just and I have this with some of my sweaters. We got is my Schmidt one over there.
We got sexy Schmidt. We've got Love Island. We've got
all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
But some people don't take the ugly part importantly. Some people are just like, here's a sweater.
Right. It's got to be gross.
I made an ugly ass sweater.
That thing's so fucking. That thing sucks.
I don't have elves. I have family with fucking Santa Claus looking like Dom Toretto sitting in Dom's car. This is an ugly sweater.
Bro, the proportions make no sense. Either Dom Toretto's enormous or that's like a Hot Wheels car. It makes no sense.
Dom Toretto is enormous. Just huge.
We've got multiple Sonny. We got the Golden God. We got the Dennis system. For my Jets fans, 6-3. What up? We got Zach Wilson throwing bombs, banging moms. We've got Euphoria shirts. Euphoria with Sydney Sweeney on there. We've got
with an unnamed person on there.
With just a blonde girl.
Just like
never
the guy
mind.
in this car.
I've got the throwback of the Wet Bandits. We really got a whole bunch, and I feel like they were hot in the streets. Maybe got a little bit played out, and I feel like ugly sweaters are kind of back with a vengeance this year. So get your ugly sweaters. Today we've got Ari Shaffir and Bob Kelly on the show, which is, in my opinion, if you were like, give me a list of the top 5 or top 3 like OG New York guys, you got to throw Attell in there. We haven't had the luxury of talking to him yet, but I feel like it's Attell. People love Colin Quinn, but then it's fucking Bob Kelly.
I love Colin Quinn.
Yeah, but Bobby and Ari are like OG guys who have been in this industry for so long and don't give a fuck and let it fly. They both got specials out. They both hit me up. I said, why don't you guys do it together? And we were originally also going to have Rich Voss and Bonnie McFarlane in. That they ended up canceling, so that'll be later. But at one point, I was going to have all 4 of them at once, which would have been like podcasting magic. But Ari and Bobby together are electric, and of course, we'll get into voicemails and all that. But first, we'll do some recapping of what's going on, and then I got to get into 1 Minute Man. Everything's brought to you by.
All right, this next segment is brought to you by Roman. Roman. You want to know a fun fact here? I'll give you a fun fact. Almost half of men have experienced moderate to extensive hair loss in their lifetime. 42%. 42%. There are options available to stop balding in its tracks. The sooner a person starts treatment for hair loss, the easier it is to keep the hair they have. The second you see your strand in the shower, on the wall, going down the drain, you need to get on it right away. Roman offers both prescription medication and over-the-counter treatments. Roman also offers specially formulated shampoos and conditioners. Research shows that 80% of men who use prescription hair loss treatment had no further hair loss after 2 years. 80%. 80% of dudes who are putting in the work, they're doing all right. If medication is appropriate, Roman ships it directly to you in discreet packaging with free 2-day shipping. This whole process is straightforward and discreet. Treatments start at just $20 per month on a quarterly plan. Right now, Roman has a special offer for our listeners. Go to ro.co/KFC and get 20% off your first order. That's ro.co/KFC. You'll get 20% off your offer. You will thank me. I promise you that.
First huge announcement. KFC Radio finally made it to the Barstool Sports Upfronts. After being snubbed 4 years in a row, most notably this year where everyone at the company performed for our sponsors on stage in what was like a little Broadway musical play. KFC Radio was nowhere to be found. The original podcast, the longest running podcast, the podcast with the deepest connection to their audience, the longest running voicemail line, the OG podcast that got Chernin to buy us, eventually led to this $500 million empire.
The podcast got Chernin to buy us on two separate ways. With the Lorenzen and the actual podcast.
Yeah, you were the link to Jared Lorenzen. The podcast was the reason why they bought us. The hundreds of millions of dollars basically go to us, and we're not even at the Upfronts. But they made up for it with a pity invite to the Chicago Upfronts.
The biggest pity invite.
I mean, that was it was in the same breath
like they were saying it to my face.
They said it was a pity invite?
It was someone. It was
because I couldn't make it, so I sent John solo.
I forget who. Someone was in the car and was like, "This is just because you weren't at the New York invites." And I was like, "Yeah, I know."
Oh, they just upfront. They just said that upfront to you.
I mean, I think he said it as a joke, but I was
not really.
It was one of those I make these jokes.
It was yeah. I can say it to myself, not you. It was in the same text. It was like, "I'm so sorry you weren't there, but you guys have to be at the Chicago one." It's like, why would we ever be at the Chicago one? We're New York guys. Oh, I'll tell you why. Because you fucked us. Because you made us humiliated.
It was. I knew what it was gonna be. I actually once we landed, I found out it was gonna be a half hour, and I was like,
flew to Chicago for a half hour PowerPoint. Oh my god.
No PowerPoint. No PowerPoint.
No.
It was just us up there talking, and I was very nervous. I think multiple people came up to me. I was like, "You did great up there," and went out of their way. Salespeople, other people. I didn't think I did very good.
You never do though.
But I did do one thing that I have regrets about. And actually, I don't have regrets about. Fuck you guys. I fucking sewered out and about.
Listen, you come step on our territory.
Yeah, bro.
You step on our toes.
You come take our gay podcast title, which I almost said. I was like, we're supposed to be the gay podcast, but they came and took it. Bro, and I was like, maybe I won't say that in front of advertisers.
John fucking 75-degree, beautiful sunny day, no clouds in the sky, drone striped out and about. He pushed the button and it went and the smoke cleared and out and about was just gone.
I mean, I meant it very complimentary, but I didn't put together that we were in front of advertisers. So one of the questions Erica posed was, who do you think is an up and coming or whatever you want to call it? I don't know. I feel like that always sounds condescending.
Yeah, it's like we've been doing this for a while. What are you talking about? The new star on the scene.
Like who? Well, I think it was I'm gonna phrase it like this. What was a podcast you like to work with more? I don't think that's how it was phrased, but that's how I heard it.
I think it was like the rookie of the year type newcomer on the block.
Right.
But whatever, either way.
And I was like, oh, it's out and about, no question about it. They're so funny. I mentioned how I get jealous when our guests go to them first because I'm like, well, fuck, I'm just a regular person. I can't compete with
We're
that.
Not in costumes.
They're gonna come in here and take a goddamn nap. Weren't these guys exciting? And I was like, they're just so funny and they're so vulgar and it's over the top. And then I was like, I caught myself. I was like, I probably shouldn't have said that part, but they're just hilarious and they're great. And I was very complimentary while making sure you get no advertising dollars in 2023.
Listen, they are so over the top and completely vulgar.
If I said that to your face, you guys would be like, I love you so much. That's exactly what we are.
Right.
If I say it to a bunch of advertisers, I probably shouldn't have said that. And then I said another one. Nah, never mind. I'm leaving that one out. That wasn't about out and about. That was just about me.
What did you say?
Another one I was asked is, what's your favorite advertisers to work with? And Mugsy was there, and no, we're cutting all this. I don't want to say this because I'll tell you now.
Yeah.
But it was like I explained how Whistle Pig and they're great and let's do whatever we want, and it's been such a successful partnership. And the Mugsy people had come to me beforehand and been like, by the way, that's our best selling jacket ever, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, and also like Mugsy and I, like, we worked together so well. And they went, woo! And I went, yeah, I did that one for a shout.
I love it. That's great. Gotta play the crowd.
Yeah, dude, like, I know the crowd.
Yeah,
whatever, we'll leave it in.
Yeah, fuck it.
It's in the vlog. I was nervous there.
So it's out. All right. So it's out.
But it's also true when you have the fucking best-selling jacket of all time. Also available, the Sherpa, the black jacket that me and Jackie worked on. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but that's out for Mugsy Jeans right now. But, you know, I just want to, like, as a badge of honor, we finally went to the Upfronts.
Went to the Upfronts.
Fucking 12 years.
What took us, we were there about, I think we landed in Chicago at 4, took off at 9? 9:30?
We landed in Chicago at 1:30.
1:30. I'm bad at clocks.
And then left at 9:30.
9:30, yeah.
Jesus.
Quick 8 hours in Chicago. Had a hotel room, ripped a quick nap. Actually, ripped a great nap in there.
Did you?
Yeah. Oh, we got there, got food. At one point, I think I told Erica, or I told someone before I got on stage, I was like, look, here's the deal. I know I'm getting food poisoning tonight. Let's just hope it doesn't happen on stage.
What did you eat?
Dude, it's actually crazy. I'm like, it is, and I did get it. I didn't
When
get
you
it.
say actually crazy about your food, it scares me.
It is
Like,
gross.
what could it be?
So we didn't have really a lot of time. By the time we got to the hotel, it was like 3. We were supposed to be at the Upfronts at 4 or something like that. No, by the time we got to the hotel, it was 2. We were supposed to be at the Upfronts at 4. And we didn't have time to go find a restaurant, whatever. We just had to eat in the hotel lobby.
Sure.
And I just got something on the menu called pasta shells. and they put it down in front of me and Pavs. And I was like, is there fish in this? And they were like, no. And then I was like, Paz, does this smell like fish to you? And he was like, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, I'm hungry. This sucks. And it was obviously white sauce, so it was like fucking like curdled milk and shit. It was just reeking, bro. It reeked so bad. And then
Jackie's face. Jackie's horrified.
it was so bad. It was truly disgusting. And I just fucking wolfed it down, went upstairs, took a nap, hit the Upfronts, got on the plane, got home, and fucking shit, dude. Bro, you don't know the fucking fear of that when you I am gonna get sick. But you just walk
But I
out.
gotta get home. I gotta do a presentation and then get on a plane. And I gotta get all this done.
I gotta
before-
keep this all in for about 5, 6 hours, and then I can fucking just ruin my life.
Why?
What was I supposed to do?
Not.
What was I supposed to do?
Not eat the curdled.
What was I supposed to do? Send it back. I didn't have time to send it back, dude. I told you I was in and out trip for the day. I needed to get a meal in me. I didn't have time to send the food back. I was like a soldier in Iraq, bro. You eat what you eat.
Every
You
single
think you
day.
got time to be picky? Nah, dude.
Every single day we step closer to Always Sunny, just becoming our reality. It's just our lives at this point. Everything sounds like a goddamn episode.
Listen to this.
Oh, you guys bunked?
No, we didn't bunk. We got.
Where are you sleeping?
Well, we are technically bunking, but they got me a hotel room because they didn't know if I was going to be able to make my flight.
Right.
And they didn't get Paz one, so he didn't have anywhere to hang out.
Oh, so that was your nap.
Yeah, that was my nap.
That was midday snoring like that. Is that the first time you've ever heard it?
No. We also shared a room in Vermont.
Yeah,
and that
just-
one was
just-
ridiculous.
Yeah, that actually sounded like light work. I don't know. You must have been on your stomach or something.
I was on my stomach.
Yeah, that's it. That was
Yeah.
stomach. When he's on his back, I mean, he could fucking knock the shingles off the roof. It's disgusting.
I'm getting a nose job. Don't worry about it.
Are you gonna?
I mean, one day in the next 5 years, I'll go for a consultation. We'll figure it
we
out from
should.
there.
Or maybe we should break your nose.
Nah, I'm not into that. It's clearly already been broken.
I mean, bah, smash it again. Just
Quick
give a
little thing.
little Pelosi hammer to the face. You know what I mean?
But on that trip, was on the way back or was it on the way there? That Pavs just got.
That was on the way there.
I got abused, dude.
So I was taking a nap on the plane, and then I woke up to the guy next to me shaking me, and the flight attendant was coming around with
Which, by the way, sorry to interrupt you real quick, infuriates me.
When they
Do
wake
not
you
wake
up.
me up for a fucking biscotti.
Yeah.
Like, get me the fuck,
Exactly.
like, particularly like a midday nap, like whatever. Like, actually, at no point. Maybe at night I'll take a cocktail, but like If you're offering me a water and a biscotti, let a motherfucker sleep.
Or just like do it. Like put the fucking bottle of water and a biscotti down. You know, like you don't have to.
Oh, you think you get a bottle of water? Yeah,
a cup of water these days, right? What am I?
Someone's
fucking
gonna fly in
Rockefeller?
first class, lady.
What am I, a fucking Vanderbilt
Bro,
over
it
here?
is nuts. Like,
Those
here's a
cups of tepid water.
Here's a shot of water, you scumbag.
In
Dude,
those cups, they're like that, and they're just like they don't even fill them up all the way, and they're warm room temperature. And it's like,
there was a tweet the other day.
do you want ice? It's like I do want ice, but then you're gonna give me literally one little droplet of water. It's gonna like, you know what I mean? There's no
as a society have not been run over by an industry like the airline industry.
Yep.
In history.
Yeah.
They have bent us over and made us their goddamn bitches. We've talked about extensively how post 9/11 the baggage fee was just supposed to help airlines come back, and they're like, nah, fuck it, those are staying forever.
Yep.
Right? And then but like, dude, back in the day, we've talked about the food. Where like you used to just get a meal.
Full meal.
You used to get fucking meals on planes. They hand you a fork, they hand you a knife. You can fucking eat a meal on a plane. Now, remember the flight we had where I wasn't allowed to buy a sandwich because my flight wasn't long enough. It was a 3-hour and 40-minute gate-to-gate flight, but you got to be in the air 3.5 hours to buy a sandwich. I'm trying to buy it with my own goddamn money here. They're on the plane.
I was like, I can see
just
them.
let me buy a fucking sandwich. I'm starving hungry.
It's like McDonald's breakfast. It's like, I know you got it. Just give it to me.
It's like, well, we have been, our village, our collective village as a world has been raped and marauded by the airline industry, and we just fucking
and they got us. Like they know that we'll never stop.
We just
gotta keep taking it.
All right, no, fine. You guys can drive to California, sure.
Right.
No.
And then what's gonna happen? You're gonna fucking tweet at us, and Amanda is gonna reply with a little fucking carrot. Yeah. This is from Amanda. I'm sorry. Nobody gives a fuck.
Got us bent over a fucking barrel.
They really do.
Wait, but Pat, I'm sorry. Finish your story, please.
So you're napping.
So I'm napping. Flight attendant's coming around with snacks. Guy wakes me up, and she's like, "Would you like anything to drink?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll have a glass of water, please." And then she goes, "Would you like anything to eat?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry. What do you guys have?" And she goes, "Oh, you're gonna make me repeat myself for the 5th time?" And I was like, "No. Like, please. I'm sorry. Like, don't worry about it. And then and then she goes,
is she like older?
No, she was like 30, and so then she just like starts listing off the snacks. She's like, "Now, would you like anything?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll just take a granola bar." And then the ladies were, there's like 5 Karens around there, and they're like, you tell him. Like, and then the guy next to me starts laughing like, "You're supposed to be on my fucking team."
Bro, have you ever heard of tribalism? Let's fucking yell at these women.
What the
like, I love it. Don't like make sure he knows. Like, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is."
He told me as soon as we got off the plane, I like gasped. I was like,
wait, but you were sleeping.
I was sleeping exactly.
So how
and
would
she saw you sleeping.
Yeah, she had to wake you up.
Mm-hmm.
So how would you know what the fucking?
I don't know. And then she gave me a fucking lemon coconut granola bar. Like, you could have just kept that.
Oh yeah, she got you the worst possible one.
But you want to know what's funny? On the other end of that, I did not nap on the plane, and I heard her say it twice into the thing, the snacks they have, and on the second time I was like, Jesus Christ, shut the fuck up. Because I was trying to watch the TV, and it interrupts the TV, and I'm like, I'm trying to get through this fucking movie before we land. Stop pausing it and reading the snacks. You already read them one time.
And the girls around were just like, yeah, bitch. Like,
it was like
this
4 like
fucking
50-year-old women, and they were
tell
like,
that white boy to
tell
shut
him.
the
Yeah.
fuck up. Yeah. What the goddamn fuck, man? But whatever, you just got abused, dude. Sometimes you just get steamrolled. Were you just like, okay?
I was just like, okay, and then just kind of just sat there embarrassed and silent for the rest of the flight.
My ears for sure
perked.
the playbook. That happens for sure. All right, let's get into 1 Minute Man on KFC Radio. It's brought to you by
This segment is brought to you by HelloFresh. The holidays are just around the corner, okay? And as someone who had a Friendsgiving last year, HelloFresh made this a busy time of the year and easier than ever with chef-crafted recipes and pre-portioned ingredients delivered right to your door so you can spend less time on meal planning and prepping. I'm telling you, I use 3 times a week, which that means it gives me 6 meals a week. It is absolutely awesome. There are over 35 weekly recipes. There's something to please everyone. Absolutely everyone. There's stuff from steaks to cheeseburgers to tacos. There's bowls. There's everything on HelloFresh. You can do whatever you want. It's really, really awesome. I think we checked the other day. I've been using it for like 2.5 years or something like that. Quality is HelloFresh's priority. Ingredients travel from farm to your home in less than 7 days, so you know they're fresh. Busy days and late nights call for more flexibility. That's why HelloFresh has plans to work with your schedule You can change your preferences, delivery day, and address in just a few clicks. I did that literally just this week because we are leaving this week. So I skipped my HelloFresh order. They're saying 3 clicks. I think it was 2. It is incredibly easy. Go to HelloFresh.com/KFC65 and use code KFC65 for 65% off plus free shipping. That's HelloFresh.com/KFC65. Use code KFC65 and you'll get 65% off plus free shipping. You're going to enjoy it. I guarantee it.
Okay.
By the way, that just made me think of I was just going over something with my parents this weekend. Where like they're just because I went home this weekend just to fucking chill. I knew we have a big week coming up. We got we got shows in Phoenix, Denver, LA, and I'm one of the people like I just have to remove myself from the situation. If I stayed here, people would be like, "Let's go out."
Every time. Yep.
I think that's why. I think people take
You're like
advantage.
a healthy scratch.
I think people take advantage of me for that.
Yes.
They know John's never going to say no. John's incapable of saying no.
And the problem is, so like week 1, let's just say like Nate will call you and be like, "Yo, man, you want to go out for a beer? I could use one." You're like, "Okay, yeah, sure." And then like the next night, so Nate's done, but now the next night,
someone else needs a drink.
Exactly.
Now someone else needs a drink.
But you're always the one drinking.
I'm the guy. And then I'll have someone in town one night, and my uncle will be here who wants to go to dinner.
But if
I go out,
if they say no, if somebody called you and you said no, they'd be like, "What the fuck?" It's the same thing as when people offer to buy you shots. It's like, well, you're doing your first shot, but I'm doing my 5th.
Yeah.
So I have to say no. Same thing. It's like, what do you mean you're not going out? You're John. It's like, well, I've gone out 7 nights in a row.
Bro, I went out
get
for the last month and a half. Yeah. Dude, and that's what I'm saying now is I was counting with my parents the states I've been to starting September 27th. I think I went to Jackie, when we were in Tennessee.
That was like week
it was week
2 or 3.
So it's like mid-September.
Yeah.
So in a month and a half, and I'm counting this week coming up. I'm gonna go through it again right now. It's kind of fucking sick actually. And this is, mind you, these are just the weekends, and I'm going out every night during the week in New York.
Let's go. So you're in New York. We know that.
New York, check.
New Jersey, whatever.
I went to fucking Pats Jets.
Right. So
New Jersey, check. Connecticut, saw my nephew. Georgia, wedding. Florida, landed there for the Georgia wedding. I don't know if that really counts. I landed in Jacksonville. Yep. If you don't want to count that, that's fine. I accept it. Philly, went to an Eagles game. Tennessee, went to the Titans game.
Massachusetts,
went home. Rhode Island, I went to Newport when I was home. So Phoenix, so Arizona, Denver, Colorado, LA. Was that 12? England.
Make it a baker's dozen.
In like 5 weeks, it's 13 states.
Bro, I haven't gone to... I don't know if I've gone to 13 states in my whole life.
I guess 13 states. And also, you could, if you wanted to... Liverpool was 4.5 hours from London, so that's about a state away. If you want to put England, London, and Liverpool as 2 separate states, I don't even know what they have in England.
They're hours and hours away.
So that's 14. 14 in about 5 weeks, 6 weeks.
Bro, I'm trying to think if I've ever gone to 13 states in my whole life. we did do the NLCS bus, so I would.
Sorry, add another one.
14.
Forgot about Upfronts, Chicago, Illinois.
There you go, Illinois. If you take out like the NLCS bus trip where it's like I'm driving through and just checking them off. If you're talking about like destinations that I've gone to, I don't know if it's 13 in my whole life. Like I could do New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Massachusetts.
Dude, come on, you got me.
I went to Maine. I've gone to Florida. I've gone to Cali.
You've done Vermont because you've
Vermont.
been to not Whistle Pig. Well, actually, you've been there with me, but I was going to say Killington.
I went to one of the Carolinas. I don't remember which one. I'll just say Carolina.
South Carolina. You're going to move there,
right? Right. No, but it is South Carolina that I've been to. Been to Delaware once for a bachelor party, for Dewey Beach. Oh, we went to Washington. But these are all.
I forgot. I went to D.C. No, that might have been before, because I mean, whenever our live show was. But that might have been before 6 weeks.
Yeah. But I mean, I went to Washington. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. What else in the Northeast? I went to Rhode Island with you once.
Yep.
Newport. That's like very recent.
You have Mass on there, okay?
This is very Francesa to just list these things, but it's pretty funny because I think I'm out of gas. And again, that is discounting the NLCS trip because then I can just like check off all these things in the Midwest that we drove through. But Indiana for real because I have gone to Chicago multiple times. But so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think I've been to 13 states my whole life. Oh, PA, 14. I lived in Pennsylvania. Okay, 14. So I did beat the 13 that John did in the last couple weeks. But barely my whole life.
It's been a whirlwind.
That's some sheltered ass life though. What's more crazy, how much of a whirlwind of states in your last 6 weeks, or how like none in my whole life?
I think probably none in your whole life.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure. Like, no, I don't know, because I think there's gonna be a lot of people who have been like, yeah, I've only been to like 5 states. Like, people don't travel all the time.
While we're on this, because it's loosely tied, I saw it resurface today, this week, and it could be my favorite internet interaction of all time. Bill James tweeting, which Major League Baseball player did you grow up with in your neighborhood, and what are the interactions? Leave them below. Have you ever seen this?
No.
Baseball writer. He said,
I don't know who Bill James
is. He said, let's start a thread. What baseball player lived in your neighborhood, and tell me an interaction you had. And someone said,
lived in your neighborhood? Not was like the fan favorite in your neighborhood kind of deal?
And someone said, what the fuck kind of question is this? Who grew up with major leaguers in their neighborhood? And he replied, I'd be willing to bet that 70% of my followers grew up with a Major League Baseball player on their block.
What the fuck?
I would have to venture to say that number is
Bill James. We're talking about the same Bill James who's like
1%.
Kind of like Moneyball Bill James.
Yes.
Like worked for the Red Sox and shit, right?
I don't know about that.
Yeah, he was definitely like a consultant for the Red Sox.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucking insane.
I would say that
just proves how fucking dumb smart people are.
I would say that number is like 0.01%.
Less than that, dude.
There's like a few hundred Major League Baseball players a year for you know,
how many goddamn neighborhoods there are?
Right.
And neighborhoods, like there were 7 neighborhoods in the neighborhood I lived in, right? It's like fucking constellation, not constellations, fucking universes and Milky Ways, whatever you want to say.
Galaxies and
Milky Ways, yeah.
It's solar systems, galaxies.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, like I can actually remember when I lived in Philly, there was a guy like Len Dykstra like lived in like one of like the developments, and that was like a big, you know, huge deal. And I think there was one kid who knew Mickey Morandini, but like it was enormous because nobody else was ever like, we live near a fucking major leaguer.
Can I tell you something though?
What?
I got one.
You got All right, so we're looking at least 50% here in the room.
He's also the GM of the Dodgers now.
Who's that?
Brandon Gomes.
Do you have one?
No.
Okay. Wouldn't it be funny if everyone was like, I
as I say how stupid it is, it's like, oh yeah, the GM of the Dodgers.
I personally didn't have one. I knew the kids who did. Oh, I live next to Big Pussy now from The Sopranos, which is my.
Oh yeah.
So it's like KFC and Vinny. We're buds. We're pals.
By the way, Brandon's was like from my town. We didn't grow up in the same neighborhood. I actually don't even really know where he grew up. I know he's a little older than me. So I know he's a superstar in high school and shit like that. But
I went through a very.
I don't know if he counts as my neighborhood.
I had a very KFC radio awkward interaction with Vinny. When my parents have known him because they're neighbors for a while now, and he's a really nice guy. He's like very neighborly. Like one time he offered his car. My parents needed to borrow a car and all this shit. So he's very friendly. But when I was having the moving company come, I had like more shit to move into my apartment, and they had this huge truck, and I tried to save like a parking spot along the street because I needed like 3 or 4 cars worth for this truck to show up. And the way these cars were parked, it was like, if I could get this one to move, we'd be good. And so, and there's this little strip of bungalows. That's where Vinny lives. And so I wanted to ask him. He was out on his porch, and I was going to say, hey, do you know who owns this car? I think it's one of the people here, and maybe we could get them to move it. But he was talking on the phone, and I could hear him, and he talks on the phone like you think he talks on the phone, you know? And I'm waiting for him to finally get off the phone, and I kind of like peek in, and I'm like, hey, hi, like, do you know whose car this is? And he's like, it's that guy over there. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I'll go ask him if I just need him to move it. And he's asking me what the situation is, and I very awkwardly explain it. And he's like, well, why don't I just move my car? And it's a different car down the way. And I was like, oh, would you do that? You could move your car? And he's like, yeah. Like, you fucking idiot. I'll just move my car. And then I was going to say, I was going to have my parents put their car where this open space was going to be because I didn't want anyone else to take it. And he goes, no, you just put your garbage cans there. And I was like, I'm just going to get my parents. You're going to put the garbage cans there. I was like, I'm going to put the garbage cans there. I'm going to put the garbage cans there.
That's exactly
You're absolutely right.
Yes, I apologize for even fighting back a little bit.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll put my whistle away now, and you'll do your thing.
Very funny. I'm going to ask, you're going to get the garbage cans. Yes, I am. He's the fucking man. Very good guy. Okay, back to 1 Minute Man. First topic.
This weekend, I was home with my parents where I have my Helix sleep mattress. I went in there with a back that hurt like hell. This is no joke. Thursday night after we were at the Upfronts in Chicago, I fell asleep on my couch in a very odd way. My back was killing me on Friday. Rode the train up in complete pain. Got home Friday night. Bam. Right into the Helix Sleep that is tailored for me. And it was incredible. Helix Sleep is a premium mattress brand that provides tailored mattresses based on your unique sleep preferences. When I got home and I had my firm, that's what I need. I have to have that. Everybody is unique and everybody sleeps differently. That's why Helix Sleep has several different mattress models to choose from, each designed for specific sleep positions and feel preferences. You take the You take the Helix Sleep quiz and you find your perfect mattress in under 2 minutes. It is the quiz I took. That's why I have the bed I have. That's why I feel the way I feel right now. I'm feeling 1,000 times better. Okay, I match with the Helix Twilight mattress, and it's because I like it on my side and I like it firm. Oh, by the way, did I mention it's also cooling? You haven't lived until you've had a cooling mattress. Helix is offering up to $200 off all all mattresses. Man, let me do it again. Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattresses. Why is it sounding so weird? Mattresses. Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattresses. Come on, dude, get it right, bro. Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners. Go to helixsleep.com/KFC. You get $200 off your mattress and you get 2 free pillows, which are way more than you think they are. With Helix, better sleep starts now.
Actually, a serious topic, an important topic. The Mitchell Miller drama in Boston. This is probably a lot of people don't know this. I don't think it's really hit the national spotlight, at least yet. Mitchell Miller is a very talented NHL prospect. He was drafted by the Coyotes, was cut because when he was 14 years old in 8th grade, he was a horrendous bully, a racist bully. He bullied this kid, Isaiah Meyer Crothers. They said he was calling him the N-word and would make jokes about picking cotton, and one time took a lollipop and rubbed it against a urinal.
Push pop.
Yep.
Somehow makes it worse, I think.
And then made
pop's
him.
not even that good.
Wait, push pop meaning the
Push
ring
pop.
or
No,
the ice cream?
No. The push pops.
Okay.
You put your finger in it, little, almost looks like a lipstick thing.
Right.
Yep.
What are the ones called with the ice cream? You push it.
I think those are also.
push
I think those are also push pops. The
that would be
Flintstones
worse.
type ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because then you're getting wet ice cream on the urinal.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
That's
why I don't share soups. I don't like sharing wet liquids.
Wet liquids.
Like wet, like a wet food.
Yeah, I'm fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I'll be
share
honest.
soups.
If you took if you dipped the lollipop in piss, that's disgusting. But if you just rubbed it on the wall, I'd be like, whatever, dude.
That is apparently what happened. I think both sides said that's what happened. It was the top.
Dipped?
It was the top part of the urinal, which
I'm not condoning him. I'm just saying I'm such a not a germ guy that I'd be like, there's not really anything on there.
Yeah. Well, I do. I piss up there. I think it's hilarious to piss up there. Watch it fall, come out like a rainbow. I piss up there and I fucking go side to side like that.
No, I'm not saying that there's no piss there. I'm saying I don't care to touch the piss. It's not. If you were to take a paper towel and wipe it and then put that paper towel on me, but a wet, hard lollipop that just touches a surface real quick, only that little bit touches.
Yeah, I don't know the extent. There is, I think, one of the.
I can tell you we're the only ones breaking it down here from the point of view of is the lollipop covered in piss or not. Not talking about the racism or the implications. I'm just saying that you're barely touching the urinal.
I think that I do it like a toothbrush. We're like, oh,
You get
Yeah,
it in really fast.
gone.
Like, oh, you thought you had germs? Guess what? Come on.
Now my germs eat your
germs are
germs.
attacking like white blood cells.
Yes.
Oh, my germs out.
Those germs are gone because my germs are in it.
Yeah, and germs coming in my mouth. Like, you think you're fucking winning this battle? Yeah, right, baby.
And also, if it is,
I got King Leonidas leading the charge, and we got more than 300.
I'm also willing to bet that this was, if it's a push pop, it's not like a round flat one where you get a lot of surface area. We're talking about a tangential spot where it just touches in that one spot. Oh God!
It's on the guest mic too.
So he bullied him, said all this racist shit. That was when he was 14. He's now 20. He got drafted a couple years ago at like 18, 19. The Coyotes cut him right away. The Bruins, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, like a week ago, decide to sign him and give him what is now like his third chance in the league. And there's a media uproar again. Well,
Second,
somebody drafts you, and then, I got a second chance. Now the media is. There's a media uproar, but also the family of the bullied kid. Every time Mitchell Miller tries to make a move, AHL, USHL, NHL, the family comes out and reminds everybody that this happened. Now, the Bruins have since cut him. The players did not want him.
Which I think I will come out, and I've said it a million times on Twitter. I honestly don't know what the right move is to do with somebody. I don't know what the right move is to do with someone who is morally reprehensible in middle school. I just don't. I think there are some things Mitchell Miller did. This is gonna sound bad in a microphone, but like I think saying the N-word and stuff like that is the more excusable offense because you were young, and like that's just learned behavior. Like that's shit you knew from your parents. You haven't your own experiences in the world. You're just repeating what you say at home. When like basically until you get to college, and maybe I'm just projecting and speaking for myself. Luckily, my parents weren't fucking racists, but like I don't
know what's worse. The family, the mom came out and said, "Me and his father are very, very strict. We don't know how this like happened." I'm like, I almost rather would take the fall and be like, I'm sorry, like we failed our kid. Like, I did not teach him about like this word and race relations and shit. They were like, there was a quote from an article I read that they were like, we don't know how this happened. They're like, rest assured, we're punishing him, but like this got out of control real fast.
From the article, from the open letter I read from the, because I'm obviously heavily invested in the Boston Bruins. It's what makes things so annoying too, arguing on Twitter. It's like, dude, I feel like fucking Ron Swanson at Lowe's, where it's like, hey, I know more than you. Don't fucking come to me with like I was saying today how like I quote tweeted something about Bergeron, and I was like, I can't believe that the fucking the front office went to him, proactively went to Patrice Bergeron, said, what do you think about the signing? Patrice Bergeron said, I don't like it. Maybe not in so many words, but I bet in so many words. Publicly, he's saying he expressed his concerns, and he said he was on the fence.
That's what he probably said. Don't sign this
hockey
kid.
players don't talk that shit publicly unless they said something way more but way more firm behind the scenes.
Right.
And I think that him saying that was like, I was very stern. Like, I don't want this guy in my locker room. They say he's like Bergeron said. He said this is when he was still on the team on Saturday before the Leafs game. He was like, if he is still the same person, he will not be welcome in the soccer room.
Right.
Like it was like he will not be
now, and that's the difference. And we joke around about this later in the episode with Ari and Bobby. We have some more fun with it, but on like a serious level, it's like you can't I bet you the same people who are saying this guy doesn't deserve to play hockey are also people who are okay with like prison reform and rehabilitating people who have paid their debt.
That's probably
to society,
a pretty good point,
right? So it's like if this guy he pled guilty to all the charges in juvenile court. He said, I said all that shit. I did all those things. He's not trying to deny it. He got hit with like, you need to go to counseling and you need to do community service and you need to write a letter apologizing to the family. He did all that stuff. Now, I don't know if he is sincere, and I don't know if there's any way to really tell if someone's sincere. It seems to me like there's enough people saying.
I think one of the problems with him is he hasn't come out to the media.
Right, he needs.
I've not seen anything him.
So he wrote a letter that was mandated by the court, but he wrote a letter. I've seen a picture.
It was
of
like The Office, when Ryan comes back from jail. And he's like, I've been working on myself. I've been doing community service. And Jim's like, you mean your court-ordered community service? And he goes,
right.
I don't need a judge to tell me to clean up my neighborhood. He goes, but he did, right?
But I saw that they put up a screenshot of his letter. So like, because the family's like, we never saw a letter. I'm like, I don't know. Is he lying that he sent it? Like, did they? If it was court-ordered and he was like, here it is, and they were like, okay, you did it, but it never got sent. I don't know. Like, if there is a letter and he did send it, they're saying they didn't see it. Whether or not it's court ordered, whether or not it's sincere, I don't know if there's really a way to tell these things. But there is a part of me that's like, if you did the time, in this case it was like the letter and the council and the community service and shit, like this came up and was addressed in 2014.
Yeah.
Or whatever, when he was 14. I'm not sure what the years work out. So it's like, can a crime or an incident, does it just follow you forever now? Or is it like, I killed somebody, I ran over someone with a car, it was vehicular manslaughter, I did 25 years, I come out, and I'm sorry for it. But I killed somebody. Can I work again? Is it because
there's a lot of places you can't work.
Right.
There's a lot of places you do your job to look at that and go, nope.
Yeah, and you're out. And I guess so that's...
Which is a hard thing with ex-convicts, because then they have to resort back to crime and that shit.
Right. And so maybe I guess that, that is kind of how it goes. I guess what the difference, too, is that we're talking about your personality, too. Like, are you still a racist asshole? It's like if there was an action that you did...
Like I say with the racism, like obviously you're a terrible person and you raise... Like, I don't know, wherever you heard that is fucking... It's awful. Yeah. But there's something twisted to dip something, to rub something in there. Like,
you think that's
worse? Because I think I do. I think there's something in your brain. Like, I don't know. I have never considered doing that.
But there are plenty of bullies that are like they fucking like teabag you and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, there's bullies who do weird shit, and I'm not one of them. So I think all those people are weirdos. But I also, if you told me that like where do we draw lines? If it's like, if I was a CEO, but also when I was like in middle school, I gave a kid like a wet willy and like pantsed him.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's fucking weird to pull down a kid's pants.
Yeah, I've pantsed a kid in middle school before.
That's sexual assault, man.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
I know. I've told the story about my fucking clutch gene, baby.
Hitting those free throws.
Hitting free throws.
That story. Let's retell that story on stage in Denver this week.
Okay.
That story is one of the greatest all-time stories. But like, it's like, what can you? First of all, what age are you responsible for your own behavior? Second of all, how long needs to pass before you we can forget about something or forgive something? Can you decide whether or not someone's being genuine with their punishment? It's like the court did mandate it, but also maybe he learned something along the way.
Yeah.
I mean, in this case, it seems like there's enough people saying he didn't. There's NHL GMs, there's NHL players, the judge who was presiding over his case, and obviously the family being like, none of us feel like you're being genuine.
Yeah.
And also when you look at him, and also his name, Mitchell Miller. It's like
I don't think it's a bad name. I don't think it's a bully
I think
name.
if you're caught up in if you're a white boy and you get caught up in a case like this and you're Mitchell Miller, you look like an asshole. Yeah. I think there's enough people saying this guy, there's too many red flags. He didn't really genuinely mean it. But there will be other cases and there will be other instances where it's like, if I tell you I fucked up and now I work with other kids and I have minorities and that I work with and blah 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 blah. Like, you can't just be like, well, that doesn't count.
Yeah.
I don't think it's real.
What happened with him too is that he got agented a little bit. Now there's so many things to this, and I was saying when we were talking off air that like the human brain is so weird that like as soon as he got caught, I was like, well, now I'm kind of rooting.
Now you feel bad the other way.
I hope he fixes his life. I hope he proves to everyone who's doubting him that he is a good person now, and I hope maybe he gets a shot somewhere else. But like this team in specific, in reality, this team did not want him, did not need him. This is a 10-1 at the time, 10-2 now. It's a 10-1 team that was setting the world on fire, scoring 5 goals in 7 of their 11 games. They were fucking monsters, which is actually so funny. I have like a group text with like some hockey writers and Bruins fans and shit like that, and we're talking like Sweeney and Neely. People wanted them fired forever because they have had such a great core for 15 years, and you only got 1 cup. Right. That's a fucking failure at every front. And Sweeney hasn't been there the whole time, but there's been a great core there for 15, 20 years, whatever it is, and 1 cup is unacceptable. So everyone's like, fuck that, they don't do enough, fuck that, they don't do enough, they don't know how to draft, they don't know how to do all the shit. And somehow they fall ass backwards into a great team.
Again,
the best
this
start in
year, right?
franchise history.
Yeah.
And then someone in the group text said, and then they shoved firecrackers down their own dick holes and lit them off.
It's true. Just because there's all the shit I said is like in discussion, and then there's a whole other discussion of just as a team, why do you want this PR headache?
I mean,
on your hands.
When the Bruins were very vocal about we don't want him, which is crazy. Like
the players,
the players themselves were, as hockey player standards go, exceptionally vocal. We do not want this player.
Yeah,
and
I do think that's bad because I think a lot of hockey players remember the one guy who like there was a lot of gay slurs, and a lot of hockey players were like, that's okay, right? Remember that? There was a guy who got caught like saying gay slurs. And I think it was
forget.
The Bruins,
I don't want to
wasn't
say
it.
it. No, I don't want to say names. I have one on the tip of my tongue, but I'm not 100% positive it's him you're talking about.
But
so
you know, there was a couple guys who came out and were like, it's not that bad.
I actually don't really remember this.
I think hockey is a fuck. Who was it? There was some scandal like relatively recently, and the team was kind of like, I'm just.
But
saying,
also,
I'm just
people are
saying
so fucking. And this is just like there was a homophobic scandal with Tyler Sagan and Jamie Benn when they were making fun of the Sedin brothers, being like, you don't know what those two do. They're so weird. Like, and everyone's like, why are you guys being homophobic? Like, I'm not. I'm being anti-incest. They're fucking weirdos.
Yeah.
Like, it's not homophobia when it's two brothers.
The gay thing's not the problem, guys. But either way, it's going to spark an interesting because like this is going to happen with more and more people. I think the problem also is from 14 to 20 is not enough time to like now have perspective on the world.
Yeah.
If you went into the workforce, if you had a family, you had kids, you had other things, and that's the other thing, by the way. As much as I'm like, people do deserve like a second shot, maybe. If you horrendously bullied my kid, I would be like, I'm following you everywhere you go and making sure I ruin your life.
See, that's like, as someone who has been like bullied racistly, even though I wasn't accurate in racism, it's just my last name is Feidelberg, and like when it happened to me my freshman year of college, and my dad was pissed, and my dad like talked to the school, and then I was like, dude, it's cool. Like,
yeah,
and like I was 17 at the time.
But also, like, I would not qualify what happened to you. If you, like, tortured my kid from first grade to eighth grade, and then I found out...
I'm not... I shouldn't have brought that. I'm not comparing the two at all. Because it's a super different
when it's
thing.
my kid and I feel like you've wronged him for, like... They said that the bullying began in first grade, and we're talking about eighth grade. I would probably be like, I will make sure you never succeed in whatever you do. But
also, at some point, I would be like... At some point... Again, I don't know. It's hard to say because I actually have this new image of the bullied kid in my head. Someone tweeted me a video. I don't even know if it's him. That's why I haven't retweeted or anything like that. Where I've been picturing a severely disabled person.
Every article has said a developmentally disabled kid, a handicapped kid. But never like a description of what it is.
Right.
They don't say Down syndrome.
No. There is. It's fetal alcohol syndrome.
Fetal alcohol syndrome. Okay.
Which I guess can present in many different ways. I was talking about my parents last night. She's like, I don't remember this girl, but she's like, growing up, you lived next to a girl with fetal alcohol syndrome. It was exceptionally noticeable.
Right.
So that's why I don't know.
The video that's circulating just seems to be a regular kid like smoking a blunt.
Yeah.
So that's also the thing though. It's like
not that excuses anything. It just changes the image I have in my head.
But it does. It changes it if it's like this is a kid who was like bullying, like fighting back, or they were fucking with each other, or was it just like a totally helpless, incapable kid? Yeah. All that shit matters. But I mean, we're gonna fucking.
There's no excuse for any of it. It's just like it's one of those things. It just sucks. It's there isn't a right answer. I don't know.
And the one thing,
and that's what I think not enough people did on the internet. I don't think people just went, I don't know the answer, man.
Yeah.
Like you're in class, you're trying to bullshit your way through, you're taking a real hard stance, and it's like, dude, it's okay to be like, say, I don't know.
I also think it's okay to be like, I root for this team. That doesn't mean I now need to give you an answer on how to handle this.
Right.
What do you have to say for the Bruins? I don't know, man. I'm just gonna watch them play tonight.
What do I say for the Bruins? Sign pasta.
Right.
Fucking sign pasta.
Don't worry about
dude.
Mitchell Miller.
Sign pasta. We'll forget about all this shit.
All right.
But I don't know. We'll move on. We can beat that to death.
Right now, you're going to hear from our advertisers over at Simply Safe. If you've thought about securing your home with home security but have been putting it off, now is the time. It is the most important thing you can do for your family. Right now, you can order Simply Safe for 50% off. It's their biggest offer of the year. Holidays around the corner. Of course, Simply Safe is going to hook you up. I love Simply Safe because here's the deal. I'm going to say this. If I lived in a house, if I had enough money for a home, I would love Simply Safe because in an emergency, 24/7 professional monitoring agents use fast protect technology exclusively from SimpliSafe to capture critical evidence and to verify the threat is real so they can prioritize a police response. They're able to secure the whole home with advanced sensors for every room, window, and door, HD security cameras for inside and out. That is fantastic for protecting the home. It's also fantastic for catching viral videos from the delivery people. You can control your SimpliSafe through their app, arm or disarm, unlock for a guest, access your cameras, or adjust system settings. It basically, if you remember the show Smart House as a kid, it turns your home into Smart House. Don't miss your chance for massive savings on my favorite security system. Get 50% off any new system at simplysafe.com/KFC radio today. That is 50% off any new system at simplysafe.com/KFC radio. Biggest discount of the year. You'd be a no-brainer. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
Kyrie Irving, suspended 5 games. He apologizes in one of the worst apologies ever. If you're not done with Kyrie Irving by this point, I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, the guy is clearly one of those dudes who just thinks he's smarter than he is, and he's always going to, whether he's talking about flat earth or whether he's talking about black Jews or whether he's talking about freedom of speech or COVID, it's like you don't know what you're talking about, and it's dangerous that you think you do, and you're so fucking annoying. Shut the fuck up.
It's arguably one of the most overused gifts on the internet. What you just said made 0 points, and I award you 0 points, whatever. And that is perfect for Kyrie. Like,
Always.
I don't like people ask me, like, what did Kyrie say? I'm like, honestly, I don't even know. I can't even repeat it to you because I can't fucking wrap my head around it. I don't even get what he's trying to say.
And also, it's like just what they were trying to get you to say you're not anti-Semitic, and you can't give them that, which either means A, you're anti-Semitic and you're an asshole, or B, it's like you're being so fucking difficult and obtuse and obviously like ignorant about this, being like, well, I'm actually a black Jew, so I can't be anti-Semitic. It's like they're just asking you to condemn hate speech, right? And you're wiggling around that. Just fucking do that.
And I actually watched an interesting, and you're not gonna like this, an interesting clip from like 5 years ago or a couple years ago, where it was from PTI, which I used to watch absolutely religiously.
Love PTI,
and it was like on PTI they were talking about it was Wilbon and Kornheiser, and they're talking about Curry and Kyrie and Mark Spears and Jalen Rose all that week had questioned the moon landing, and they were like very serious. They're like Wilbon took his glasses off. He's like, I know all 4 of these people personally. They're acting like idiots, and it's dangerous, and blah blah blah. And then Kornheiser was like, I want to say very sincerely right now that it is a short leap from denying moon landings to before you start getting into Holocaust denials and anti-Semitism and anti-Civil War denials and all this stuff. And I was like, yeah, it's about a 4-year leap. It's about a 4-year stretch.
That's what it took. Takes. Yeah, that's exactly what it took. Like we watched this guy devolve and question absolutely everything.
It was like exactly like his first like controversial thing. It was like the moon landing's not real, and he's like you're gonna
the end of it.
You're gonna go off the rails here.
By the end of it, we're doing Sandy
Hook
and fucking
Sandy Hook. Yeah, like it was pretty interesting. I'd never seen like called out that like.
I mean, I have always had fun with that. The problem, conspiracy theories are I think are enjoyable if you have the brain capacity to do it. It's like it's fun to question some things and think outside the box, but when you believe it all,
see, that's what I always just when people like bring up, I just think of the people who actually believe it. I'm like fuck you guys, like
the QAnon assholes and all that shit.
What's that?
You ever seen that?
Oh no, this is a conspiracy theory chart. So grounded in reality.
Oh, I have seen.
You seen this? Is MK Ultra, Free Britney?
But see, I have a problem with this chart. I've seen this chart before. MK Ultra at one point was like, you're a fucking tinfoil hat weirdo, and then it just was proven true, and now we put it under grounded. So like some of this shit does, it's like Alex Jones is a fucking piece of shit. He was right about Bohemian Grove and all the weird shit that goes on there. All of a sudden, when we have proof of conspiracy theories, they no longer are wacky, silly. They're just like, oh well, that one we know to be true. So
I
you're
never
okay
even heard of some of these. Greta Thunberg's a time traveler?
Hell yeah.
Prince Charles is a vampire? By the way, these are fucking.
Well, the vampire.
These are reality denial.
I think those are all like they drink the blood, like the adrenochrome blood and all that kind of shit.
Oh, I see. The
like-
anti-Semitic point of no return is chemtrails. Biden is a robot. Pandemic.
But you know what I mean? Like
Vaccines
MK
and
Ultra at one
microchips.
point was. People would go, "Oh, you think the government was like
it?
drugging
I mean,
people?"
by the
and
time
shit?
I was like,
I mean, I'm
even
sure
heard about it.
At some point, I'm sure that sounded just as crazy.
By the way, I sent a tweet.
So that's where it gets silly. But Kyrie, you're just a fucking asshole. Drake 21 Savage dropped their album.
Yeah, I tweeted. I liked it. I listened to like 5 songs. They were good.
I'm the same way. Like I was like, oh shit. I like what's the one? Middle of the ground, middle of the road, middle something. I love that song. It's just Drake on it, where the beat switches up. I think Drake rapped his ass off on a couple songs, but I will say that my like
Middle of the ocean.
It still is not like an album that I've listened to like every song, and I think they're all good. I personally think 21 Savage is like the worst rapper alive, and I know people love him.
I'm so bad at like rap.
21 Savage is some of his flow is the guy at the party who says he can freestyle, and he's like, I'm gonna rap, like, look at me, I'm wearing this hat and I have a cat, and what do you think about that? And it's just like this monotone, like A B, and I was like, this is like a poem that a little kid wrote. But I know people love him and whatever, but when I hear some of his rhymes, I'm like, oh my god. But they set the fucking world on fire with that one. It's very cool to get to a point where you can just drop. I guess they did the rollout with the fake Howard Stern interview and the fake Vogue cover and all that.
I didn't see that. It's also a week late because one of the guys who was producing it got COVID, so it was supposed to come out the week before.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, they did this, like, they had a fake Howard Stern interview, which was funny.
I showed you this Feits. It ended up being fake. They're like, what type of porn do you watch?
Oh, yeah.
So that was fake.
The top. Just the best top.
That was cool. They did a fake Vogue cover. They did a very cool rollout. So that was.
I liked the. I think James from Failing Up or Throwing Fits Now had a tweet that was just like, it was a screenshot of one, I don't know what song it's from, and it was Drake, and it was like, just took an Adderall, feel like I could rip a tree out, and he just, why does Drake think Adderall works like this? and like,
strong,
dude, I take Adderall, I fucking clean the shit out of my room and like fucking just like watch porn for hours.
How about 21 Savage said he wipes his dick on her bra.
With her bra.
Oh, with her bra.
I whip my dick on whatever is with the closest piece of cloth. I'm kind of laying in bed. I just kind of reach out like this. Whatever I happen to grab.
that poor
I wiped my
girl.
dick on a Halloween costume the other day.
That poor girl goes to
The
put
skeleton
a bra.
one.
No, not the skeleton.
Yeah, I had to throw them both away.
Yeah, you did. Quickly, a couple more things here. In the viral world, this Philadelphia man got all the love in the world.
I thought this was fantastic.
But like, I don't.
I
think
actually
it's
didn't
that-
see the video itself. I saw the poster. I thought the poster was fantastic.
So do I. But do you think that eating a rotisserie chicken is that crazy of a thing?
No, but it's 40 days in a row.
40 days in a row,
But
but-
that's fucking walking the park for you.
That's light work.
Yeah.
I couldn't eat a whole. I could eat a whole rotisserie chicken, but it would I'd be like, oh my god.
Oh no!
Some people can
every
throw
time
those down.
every time I eat a rotisserie chicken, I eat a whole.
You do all the dark meat and everything.
I mean, look, if I
bet he is. I bet he's like, I gotta eat all
I
the
fucking eat my chicken wings. I eat the good parts,
Okay.
and I fucking
I'm
you know,
with
if
you,
you
but
came
this
in, you're
guy-
like, well, the bones aren't clean. There's still a lot of tendons here, but yeah, I'm not eating those.
Yeah, those
I
are
eat
disgusting.
the parts I eat.
This guy though, I mean, he had a
Kinda
crowd.
craving.
40 rotisserie chickens in 40 nights, and he had he had like a
New
cult
Josh Hartnett
following.
movie.
What was like where he was like on like a
An abandoned pier behind the wall, Walmart. I
I
think.
was gonna say, looked like he was on an aircraft carrier.
Yeah, no, it was
and
not.
he's like fist pumping, and there's signs that eat that and all that shit. It was a very.
I thought that
funny
was really. I
moment.
like
Yeah.
that, dude. That's the stuff that like still makes me believe in the internet.
Yes.
Where it's like, all right, we can still fucking.
And this guy, he
There's some
probably-
good here
He
still.
probably just started with his buddies. It was a challenge. I could eat chicken 5 days in a row. I could do it 10 days in a row. I could do it 20. I could do it 40. No, you couldn't. Yes, I can. All of a sudden, you have
dude, the
and then
best
viral
part on the
video and-
poster at the end was just said, "This is not a party."
Yeah. All right, so my question here for 1 Minute Man is, who do you think's better, the 40 chickens in 40 days, or the dudes
Mitchell Miller.
chugging the 8 cricket lads who were drinking pints and puking everywhere?
Oh man.
These guys, they're chugging 5 pints in as fast as they can for charity, and they all just chug, puke, and they're just laughing and having a grand old time.
This is a great question. It's a really hard question
because
this is
boys being boys, and this is also why I think boys are better than girls, because girls would never do this shit. Girls would never be like, let's eat 40 chickens in a row, and they would never be like, let's puke and rally. This is fun. This is just guys being like, let's make life awesome right now.
I'll say this about the because I think my brother told me when we were watching the video, and he said this reminds me of your Indianapolis video with PMT, where we were all just puking all over each other with milk.
Yes.
And what I like about that video, I think it's very funny. I love that video. And like every year the anniversary comes around, like punch of like, this is my favorite Barstool video.
Yep.
It is. My favorite part about it is that we're all laughing and having fun.
Yes.
Which I wish the lads were doing. Like sometimes I like Stoneface.
Yeah.
I wish the boys were laughing and being like, this is
Every
fucking
time someone
nuts.
pukes.
Look at him.
Yeah, we need a little more
Like,
fun to it. Yeah.
It was very like methodical.
Yeah,
which
it
was
looked like
also
we
hilarious.
needed to do it.
It's hilarious in its own separate way.
Right.
But if we're talking fun. Again, these are like apples and oranges. This is 40 days, and this is a lot of thing. First, just like the boys being like, let's get 5 pints each and just go puke in the backyard.
You know what I love? The beginning to that video. He's like, it's November 4th. it's 4:30 p.m. on November 4th. Like dating it like it matters.
Yeah,
Like that was important for some reason.
Looks like a fucking, what's his name? The guy in Homeland when he's just like staring into the camera, being like, Brody,
trying to like prove like life, proof of life, like, date.
November 5th. I am Sergeant Brody.
I'm
gonna fucking blow up the vice president.
And then just chug and puke. But that guy like fist pumping about eating the chicken.
So I'm going with the boys. Fellas, if I could give you some advice, I like some laughing.
Spice it up with the laughing.
And that's pretty clear because I over laugh all the fucking time. But it is just fun of it. It's like it's because I'm having a lot of fun a lot of times.
Yeah. I'm going with the chicken, I think, actually, because 40 days of it. He developed like a cult following of people with signs.
I didn't check out his Twitter any more than the retweet I saw. Does he have a following? Is he just a regular?
I'd rather just leave it. I just know this one guy ate 40 chickens in 40 days. Yeah. Fucking done with it. And we'll wrap up here with some inside Barstool. Oh no, wait, real quick. The family who turned their dead golden retriever into a rug. Too much.
I don't know what that is. That's crazy.
It's like when you have like a bear rug.
Yeah. Oh no, I know what it is.
With a dog. It has the head and everything. Way too much.
That's like some shit, like some hockey locker room shit. Like you can't ever step on the logo.
Yeah.
Like,
come on.
Don't ever step on a dog. Like, you just took away half your floor.
I guess you could wrap up with it, but if you step,
if you use it as a,
if you made it into a blanket, it's weird.
Don't fucking excuse this shit.
No, but you definitely can't step on it.
No,
that's fucking some bizarre.
That's some disrespectful shit. Again, if you're doing that, treat it like a hockey locker room. Beat the shit out of your brother when he steps on the dog. That's funny.
Inside Barstool here on 1 Minute Man. We got some outtakes from me and Jackie filming our commercial for the Mugsy Jean Moon Man Sherpa denim jacket collaboration, which is available right now on the Barstool Sports Store. Black denim with the soft Sherpa on the inside. Me and Jackie decided to set out and film this. Now, it was when you guys were traveling, and so it was just me and Jackie. So I think Jackie kind of came up with the idea of like, let's make it like, Pavs and Nick are not here. You're stuck with me.
Is Nick around?
Nick is not around, no.
Is Pavs around?
Pavs is not around, but once again, I'm here.
Yeah, I know. I got the new Moon Man Mugsy Sherpa jacket coming out. I want to make like a cool video. John had his jacket and his sneakers. Like, he always does cool videos.
Well, we can make a cool video. I can make you a cool video. Well, let's just do what John does.
We'll just do it like John.
Let's do it like John.
And you do it like Pavs.
And I'll do it similar to what Pavs does, yes.
Right. You do it like Pavs.
I'll do it like Pavs.
You will be, let's say it together. You will be Pavs.
Pavs.
Make a cool video.
Let's make a cool video.
The new Moon Man Mugsy Jean Jacket keeps you, it's warm enough to keep you, and Mugsy Jacket oh wait, but then the banana. Inside cigarettes, it's the banana cigarettes. Moon Man Mugsy Jacket with the Sherpa lining to keep you warm outside, but it's not bulky so you can look cool when you wear it inside. And you eat your bananas while you smoke. What's cooler than a jacket, a cig, and a banana? Get your moon man Mugsy Jackets today. Jackie, that sucks.
Was good,
And that
banana?
banana sucks too. What did he do in the Saturdays for the boys? I need a barn. This jacket is f***ing cool though. Got this satin on the sleeves. The sleeves don't get bunched up when you put it on. And it is very warm in the jacket, but the sleeves stay light. All right, I gotta get a kid in a ball game. I got a barn.
And
Jackie, you did a great job.
she did so good. When she was like, again, I'm still right here.
Yeah.
It was somebody said it was very like old school Sunny-esque, and I didn't even think about it until afterwards. It was very like Sweet D, like, hello, I'm still here. Like, no, shut the fuck up. And then when like we got all excited, like, we'll do it like John. We'll do it like John. It was very like Mac or Mac and Charlie coming up with a plan that mimics Dennis is what it was. Like, we'll just do it like Dennis. Yeah, we'll do it like Dennis. Dennis does it all the time. Let's just do it like him. But so the video, it came out very funny. It's just me trying to be cool because when John and Pavs makes videos, they're cool. They smoke cigarettes and they do this cool shit. So me and Jackie can do it. But there's a couple extra like 30 minutes worth of footage where we were just, I don't know what I was thinking. We were coming up with a feature film when this needed to be like a 1 minute commercial.
Dude, we used to do it all the time with fucking Making a Gambler. Where it would be like,
we're cutting all of this.
yeah,
you know?
they'd be like, why are we filming for 6 hours?
I know.
Fucking 8 minute
But
videos.
that's also how you get the good,
Yeah.
But it was at one point, Jackie was like, I can come up with good ideas. And we start throwing ideas back and forth, just like riffing on, like just totally off the top of the head. And at one point I was like, okay, like, I'm an alien and I've just come down from my planet and Earth is much colder than my planet, so I'm freezing cold and this kid gives me the jacket to make me stay warm, but once I put the jacket on, I also look really fucking cool because the jacket's cool. So we'll call it like, I'll be like the cool alien. I'm from another planet and I'm not used, my temperature on my planet is much hotter, and then I come to this planet.
You're doing the whole beep boop bop bop.
I'm like,
bop.
beep, boop, I'm freezing cold. No, I'm not a robot. I'm an alien. So I'd be like, I am cold. No, that would also be a robot. I would just be like, I'm speaking a different language because I'm an alien. And I'd be like, I'm cold. You ever seen the movie Encino Man?
No, I've
Brendan
not.
Fraser. He's a caveman who they find in like, they find him like frozen in L.A. And they thaw him out and he becomes a caveman who goes to school. It's with Rudy, Sean Astin. And the whole time I was thinking that it was like because they bring the caveman to school and he's like the coolest kid in school. So I was thinking that the whole time, but as an alien. So we had this idea where I sat down. I was like, those ideas suck, Jackie. Like that sucked. And then we both look at each other and go, cool alien.
Those ideas all sucked, Jackie.
Cool alien?
And then we went to the green screen room and we filmed me like we were gonna green screen me into the set of Star Trek. We were gonna green screen me into the set of like a video game where I was like dodging fucking like things in outer space, and just none of it. Like of course, like none of it. Like we couldn't use.
Even in an alien costume.
I just had a jacket on and that was it. I had a helmet on. I was gonna be an alien somehow. It was but us going. Cool alien. It was very funny and none of it made the cut, but the video itself came out great. And then last thing here inside Barstool, Tiko Texas gets her ring. I'm like the only person at Barstool who has not won a championship. Tiko Texas and the Astros win the World Series. I had to go through the live streams with Frank, and I think I would probably say Frank is better than Tiko.
Really?
I don't know.
I haven't
really
seen that
can't
many
tell.
clips.
Tiko just screams like Frank does, but like at least you know that somewhere Frank knows what's going on. Tiko, I'll give her credit. I think over the course of the playoffs, she kind of figured out baseball a little bit more. In the beginning, she was calling them the Houston Astros, and I don't think she knew a single thing about it. But she puts on a tiara and a sash, and she's screaming and popping bottles with confetti, being like, I did it. And at the same time, Smitty somehow falls down on top of the chairs and punches another hole in the wall. But
You punched a hole in the wall?
I think there was the hole in the wall from before.
That
Then he
was
punches
me.
Another one. Oh, okay. So maybe not then.
But that was the whole. That was a complete accident. That was like I think that was during the Bruins thing. It was like I didn't even punch. I just smacked it. I was like walking.
Those walls, apparently.
Yeah, it's a thin wall.
But Smitty falling all over the place. Philly Mays, Max was just looking like distraught. Well, Tiko Texas like just celebrates in their faces and screams and yells. I don't know. What do you think? Would you rather do lose an electric chair to Tank or lose an electric chair to Tiko?
I would
Because
probably.
what's funny is I was doing it with him. But I kept thinking about verses.
You still lost it to him because he was hoping for the loss.
Right.
By the way, speaking of Mac, you mean Mattress Mac?
No, well,
Oh, you mean Rob McElhenney?
Max. No,
Max.
Yeah.
Max, okay.
We could talk about Match Mac too. 75 million.
I feel like we did not win that. like
What do you mean?
I think we're just using it as promo. But I'd be like we just lost $75 million to Mattress Mac. Like the Barstool Sportsbook is using it as promo. Like biggest payout in I think it's biggest payout in sportsbook history.
Yeah. But we not with us.
No, it was with Barstool.
We took the
We
action?
took the yeah.
Oh. We definitely did not get enough promo. I didn't even know we did it. Wait, are you sure?
I'm 100% positive. He's wearing a Barstool Sportsbook sweatshirt. One of the VPs
How did
of Penn.
Bleacher Report was sitting with him, filming him when Bryce Harper hit the home run? How did we not? I know
Really?
I know this for a fact because when I did it on 1 Minute Man, I just used the footage anyway, and I was like, I hope nobody sees this, but it had a big BR, and they were the ones with him. How did we take the action but not get any of the content?
I'm gonna
Wait,
double.
that is-
I'm gonna double check. I'm 100% sure.
That
yeah.
I literally was saying in my head and said this out loud when I saw that because you know what I'm talking about. Bryce Harper hit that home run and Mac is just sitting there and they're zooming in on him. And I said, how were we not at the forefront of this? How did we not do this? And we did. Wait, that's crazy.
It is. I'm trying to find even so I'm looking at our headline. So Pat wrote the blog. So yeah, I mean, here's part of my take. Has that he's in the Barstool Sportsbook sweatshirt. Dave had a retweet where it was I think it was a Penn VP or something like that. Let me double check that.
Yo, shout out to Penn being able to take on $75 million worth of action. Yeah, right? As long as it doesn't affect my payout, good for you guys. Could you? Oh my God, imagine that. Imagine if somehow that bet I would.
Yeah, this is what people get upset about all the time when it's with John Henry, where it's you sign Mo Salah, but you're not going to sign Xander Bogaerts. They're different things,
right?
They're different things,
right.
I'm trying to find this retweet, but yeah, I mean, again, I'm 100% positive. I'm 100% positive.
I did not know. Now I also know it was multiple bets. I know he put down 10 million, and then he did 3 million and 3 million a couple other times. So maybe we didn't pay out the whole thing.
I think we did. I don't know.
That is a terrible job by us then, because we should have been we are the ones. We should have been with Mattress Mac the whole time. We fucking film everybody and every one of their bets for $500 worth of action, and we have this
$500. You fucking wish, bro.
Everyone's
got $10 on it.
We say we have the biggest bet in human history at our sports book, and we don't have an electric chair for him, but we have an electric chair for the guy with the $5 parlay.
Also, it is someone who.
So he won 30 million from 10 million each from and Barstool.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
But
Blur
still,
out those names.
Yeah.
but still,
Okay.
that's
All right.
but we should have $10 million worth of access to him for the fucking.
But also, dude, if you're trying to get him to do a fucking live stream, dude, I have $10 million gamble money. I'm not doing a fucking live stream.
No. But
suck my ass.
But Bleacher clearly had some sort of deal with him where they had that footage.
Yeah.
You know, let us come sit next to you and film you. Jack McCarthy could just sit there with a fucking phone. Man, that is crazy. That's got to feel so good, though. You win the championship and you get 75 mil. 75. After all those, the video of him turning Breaking Bad in Philly, going from, humble Mattress Mac to being fuck you, fuck you, Philly
Bro,
trash.
by the way, also shout out Kate Upton.
Yeah, she
Kate
was right.
Fuck you guys, dude.
Dude, to the victor go the spoils. Houston won it all, man. And what a fucking moonshot from Yordan Alvarez.
Dude, that was I've never seen a ball hit like that.
450, truly dead center. To win the World Series basically is, I know he had a cold World Series, so you can't say I'm always so shocked, not shocked but impressed when it's the big bat comes up and you're we need him to hit a home run here, and then he just does it.
Yeah.
He just does it, and it's holy fucking shit. That to me is one of the got to be the greatest feeling in the world. All right, let's get into voicemails and then we'll do an interview.
Don't act like you didn't know about Thursday Boot Company. We've made multiple pairs of high-end collaborations with them, with their leather boots, with their suede boots. We've made our own sneakers with them. Thursday Boot Company is the absolute best. I've been to their showroom in New York. It smells delicious, and all the product is exceptionally high quality. But again, the smell is really good. Thursday Boot Company is a startup that makes the best handcrafted boots and sells them direct to consumer at some of the lowest markups in footwear history. Highest quality, honest prices, handcrafted with the highest quality materials to be comfortable, versatile, and durable. Like I said, when I was at that, you could just smell the leather. God, it's good. Just walking in there, just wafts in. Oh, I turn into like a cartoon who just gets picked up by the scent and carried to the pie. That's what I look like when I walk into Thursday Boots. They're perfect for people who understand quality and don't want to pay a high retail markup for a great looking pair of boots that are built to last. We've been talking about Thursday Boots for years, but here's something that isn't often discussed. When they were working with us in 2017, their captain boot, it ran you $199. 2017. That was 5 years ago. 5 years ago, their captain boot was $199. Guess what it is right now? $199. Inflation's been going crazy. Everyone's talking about it. Not Thursday Boots. They don't inflate at all. Head on over to ThursdayBoots.com and try a pair today with free shipping and free returns. That's Thursday Boots. ThursdayBoots.com. That was kind of rappy and dope. And get a pair of high quality boots you'll be wearing for years. And use their survey after checkout to let them know we sent you there. Please do that. That's important.
Yeah. Feel it, yeah, man.
Do a little Sean Paul on him. Sean Paul, some Mr. Gosseren. Well, I don't really care what people say. I don't really watch what them want do. Let's go. You don't have to do that.
Yeah, well, it's helpful for me.
Oh, okay. Well, then fuck you.
What up, KFC Feits, everybody? I have a question here. Let's give a scenario. It's sad boy season. You're walking down the sidewalk. There's a light drizzle of snow. What song do you have going in your headphones that really gets you in that sad, snowy mood?
That's a great ass question, dude. That's a great question, bro.
You guys are all about your sad music. I don't really do that.
Yeah, dude.
I don't. I actually
fucking dump water on your own head in the shower.
Part of the reason
bring my extra shit.
Part of the reason I don't like Taylor a lot is I don't like to listen to music and get sad. And a lot of her shit, when I tried to, when she became like a megastar, I was like, all right, let me give this a listen. And I was like, I'm crying right now.
Yeah.
I've also found out. I know there's one version of Taylor I like. It's a weird version of Taylor. I don't think it's very popular. Like my favorite Taylor Swift song is "False God," and I don't think anyone in the world likes that. But "False God" and "Maroon" and "Karma" all kind of have this sound to it that's very similar, and I don't know how to describe it. But it's not the poppy Taylor, it's not the country Taylor. It's kind of like a brooding, weirder. I don't know, but that's my Taylor. But if I'm trying to do like snow on the ground, sad, bleak, dreary.
I have.
To me, that's not a very musical moment. Like snow, like, are we talking like gray? You want it to be gloomy gray?
Yeah. I mean, I'm going through a list right now where, like, I mean, I could do everything. Like, I Remember Everything by John Prine is like, I Remember Everything is fire. The Grand Tour by George Jones is flames.
Yeah, I don't know these types.
A little colder weather by Zach Brown Band. It kind of fits with the snow.
Yeah.
Zach Brown Band became a little too poppy for me.
Yeah.
But I like some of their newer stuff. Dude, I could just read you this whole fucking list. I mean, anything off Folklore is Flames. Evermore, Flames. It is Hello Walls, Willie Nelson.
Yeah,
do you
have a sad boy playlist?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what you're reading on?
Yeah,
okay,
sad boy season.
Everybody go check out.
There also is, I think...
what is that on? Like Feidelberg?
On Spotify, it's just called Sad Boy Season.
Okay. Do you have like a name on Spotify?
I guess so. I have an account.
It should be like at
it's my Instagram picture. I think it's me, you, and Dan on the... I don't even know how to change it.
What's your name, though?
I think it's just... I don't know. How do I find out?
Like, I'm KFC Barstool on Instagram. On
settings. I'm John Henry Feidelberg, right? I would imagine that's what my name is.
Let me see where it says mine, because it might be like your name versus your.
You're John Henry Feidelberg.
Yeah. Okay.
Songs I really like is a playlist.
Yeah, those are songs I like.
I have weird.
I like that.
I stopped updating it like 3 years ago.
I got hacked that one period of time for like 6 straight months. So I have the weirdest. Like my library is so weird. Like all these weird people that I don't even know. It's
I still have some fucking. I still follow playlists from ex-girlfriends. Let's just put it that way.
Okay.
And every time I scroll by it, it makes me sad, and I go, "What sad boy season it is today?"
The very bottom of KFC.
But I can't unfollow it. She'll know I unfollowed it.
No one in the world will know.
Dude,
that
she
you
has like
follow.
3 fucking people who follow the playlist.
Who fucking cares?
I care, dude.
Okay.
I care. I can't let her fucking know I unfollowed her playlist.
I have like
She also, by the way, playlist is fucking fire. But I can't listen to it either.
I uploaded a bunch of old songs from K Marco's old music vlog, Hype Floats. So I have a 2009, 11, I have a 2009, 10, 11, and 12 playlist there. I have the Pornhub Shazam playlist. Remember when I Shazammed all those songs in Leo Lulu's face porn videos? And then I have the Guilty Pleasures and the Christmas videos. So I have a few playlists that actually count, and then if you scroll the rest, they're just weird fucking like dance, European like dance music people.
I actually want to see how many people follow my ex-girlfriend's playlist, because like I could definitely get away with unfollowing it, but I won't.
Who's our next voicemail?
Feits, whole crew, what's going on? Listening to Midnight's album like one does, and of course we all know the Sad Boy lyric, but there's another lyric as well where in Anti-Hero she starts by saying, I have this thing where I get older but just never wiser, which is just a direct ripoff of the Queen's I don't live and learn, I just live, which is also my Twitter bio, shout out Jackie. So my question is, what celebrity would you be like surprised at most that they listen to KFC radio?
Ooh.
Like, holy shit, like no way, like why this person listens? And what celebrity would you be like, oh god, like I really wish this person didn't listen? All right.
Okay.
Thanks. Bye.
By the way, I'm one of 3 people who follow this playlist. She has absolutely no idea I still follow it. She probably hasn't thought about this playlist in 4 years.
Never.
But it's flames, dog.
The number one person I wouldn't want to listen to KFC, Mitchell Miller right now. Mitchell Miller came out and was like, I'm a KFC radio fan, dog. I'd be like, let's maybe keep that one tight.
Nah, I'd take it.
Yeah?
Yeah, bro. Dude, I fucking take any kind of publicity.
The number one surprise?
Dave Portnoy.
Yeah. That's it right there. The guy at my own fucking company.
The director of content. If he's ever listened to a single, no, he's never listened to it. That's not even like we're making a joke.
No, he literally has never.
Stating a fact. Wait, I'm sorry, I missed the question because I was looking for
Celebrity,
my ex-girlfriend's Spotify.
The number one celebrity who you would be surprised that he listened to it, and number one celebrity you wouldn't want listening to it.
Okay. Number one celebrity, I'd be surprised listen to it. We've had a few people in here who like come and like I'm sure they probably listened to an episode to get a little
when Rob McElhenney came in, he knew all of the details of our very most recent videos.
Yeah.
I think someone gave him a cheat sheet, and he very graciously remembered all the information.
Yeah.
But like we know that he
like Christina P was talking about stuff.
Yeah,
that wasn't even the most recent. I don't think.
That was cool. Christina P knew
she's on Thursday's episode probably.
Yep, she'll be out this week. That always does feel good. Where I'm like, wow, you listen to our shit.
It is.
When Bert said that about us, that was like the crowning achievement.
Well,
of
Christina
our
actually says something like that, where she's like, me, Tom, and Bert, in the end, we just love you guys so much,
right?
And I'm like, oh my,
it's just
God,
like a known thing.
Those are like
the KFC radio guys,
the
like,
families. Like those are like the first families of fucking podcasts.
For real, they really are. So Bert was probably the reality version of this. I think the dream version of this would be like, who would you want like? Who is like the tastemaker right now that it's like, oh shit. I mean, if The Rock says something, it's always a big deal. But who's the guy that you would want, like, people would be like, holy shit, if that guy listens, we've got it. Like, Leo is not like a cool guy, like, when it comes to this shit, you know? Like,
not with this kind of stuff.
I would want if the Always Sunny podcast crew of guys said, like, we started the podcast because like we listened to the KFC radio guys and like it sounded so much fun. That would be it for me.
Yeah,
that would be the pinnacle. And I would say that Mitchell Miller and Andrew Tate are the 2 guys I wouldn't want.
I would want Patrice Bergeron to say he listens to it.
Imagine that.
And anyone on the Boston Bruins. I'm such a fucking 8-year-old boy.
It's not that far fetched. Like Pasta is a close enough connection that he's like he could be like, yo, you got to listen to this clip really quick from these guys that I listen to.
Dude, can I tell you a story? So my dad got a boat this summer, and he was thinking about calling it pasta, and I was like, "Hey, Dad, you can't name your fucking boat after my friend. How about that?" That'd be fucking weird, dude. Cannot happen, bro. Okay, like you're gonna name it something else. You're not naming it fucking pasta. He's like, no, like we can do like it can be like a little bit Italian, like it'd be like but like Bruins colors maybe. And I was like, how about fucking no, dude? How about fucking absolutely not? I was like, bro, I was like, dude, what if he comes over? What if my friend comes over one day? I have to show him your goddamn boat.
How about fucking no, Dad? Amazing. Last one. What do we got, Jackie?
Yo, Feits, KFC, everybody in the back, who cares? Second time, long time. A little drunk.
Yeah.
Watched the Phillies game tonight, World Series, baby, let's fucking go.
Didn't work out. Didn't work out.
So, funny story about this jersey.
Oh, God.
I have not washed or, I've worn it every home game. I spilled beer all over it, but I always get super drunk and leave it places, and then I throw it on before the next game. And every time I've done that, they've won. And now I can't wash it. I'm home, but I can't wash it. So, my question is, what is the stupidest sports thing you, or just in general, stupidest thing you have done as a superstition? Like, I want to wash it. I'm going to wear it tomorrow. I'm going to wear it fucking Thursday. I'm going to wear it Saturday if it comes to it, but it won't because we're winning Thursday. It smells. My friend.
This guy was just covered in piss and beer and all that for no fucking reason, pal. Sucks for you. When I was watching the Knicks in the playoffs in like the 90s, it wasn't like anything crazy, but I had a shirt that I used to tie around my head. I don't know why. I would take the sleeves and I would tie it around the back, almost like a big do-rag. I always made sour cream and onion dip, but like I made it with the sour cream and the powder. I didn't have like a canned dip. I had to mix the two. I had to do that with Lipton, and we all had our certain places to sit, and we were pretty strict about it.
That's the only one I've ever done in earnest. Was seats in 04. Was like we like in my basement. Like I had my seat, my dad had a seat, my mom had her seat.
My mom was doing like an arm workout while she was watching the game, and a rally started. And she was like, I can't stop. And it was like a sustained rally, and she was like, She also, one time, the dog was sitting on the couch, and he got up, and she like picked him up and like held him down. Like, you gotta stay there. And he started to move, and she was like, oh, you gotta stay there.
It is one of those things.
Seats is the easiest one to like.
Yeah. It's so funny. It is the it is like it's one of those things like when someone on the internet tells you like you just jinxed it, you're such a fucking idiot,
up.
you fucking loser. No, I didn't.
But then when you're doing
it's not a real fucking
you're
thing.
Part of it.
But then like when I have a shirt that we won 2 games in a row in, I'm like,
but what
well,
if?
I mean, what if?
What
exactly?
If? That's
what
the
if?
thing. I just don't like to tempt the gods.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What if?
Like I know I'm being ridiculous. But what if?
What if? What if? What if you got to the pearly gates and they were like, by the way, all that shit was real.
Yeah.
And you guys could have like helped win those games if you all just paid more attention and did that shit.
It is
not me. Couldn't be me.
Could it like and there are a lot of times sometimes I'll do it. I'll be like, fuck you idiot. Yeah. And I'll throw it in the washer.
Yeah.
And I regret those times.
Yeah.
Because then. But then there are times, because then what happens is almost I'm rooting for them to lose.
Because then it won't be your fault.
And then like, I'm sorry. I'm still rooting for them to win. Right? Because then.
Well, you're always rooting for them to win, but if you.
Because I'm not rooting for them to lose, because if I lose, then it proves that I did it. If they lose, it proves it's my fault.
Right. So
I am rooting for them to win still.
But then if you find out that it's you, then you can resume it.
I forget what I'm trying to say, but there are times where it almost becomes like, counterintuitive. I was gonna say antithetical, but counterintuitive to like do it. Because I'm like, well, now I'm like conflicted about what I want to happen here.
Right.
But it is a fickle beast, the superstition. Because I get furious when people tell me I drink something. I get fucking furious.
Oh, so man,
particularly
no hitters. Like, dude, how did you you said it and like, come on,
bro. No, I get mad when it's like I say like a team's gonna win and they're like, dude, you jinxed it. I'm like, bro, look at my fucking 15-year history.
Yeah.
I say these teams are going to win all the fucking time. I didn't jinx any of them. You think it's going to start tonight?
Right.
You think it's starting tonight? The Bruins are going to beat the fucking Blues tonight? You think beat the shit out of the Blues tonight, by the way? You think it's going to start tonight? No, dude, it's not going to start. I fucking win games,
Man,
bro.
look at mine. You're right about me. You're right about me. I fucking lose games. That's what I fucking do. All right, interview time. Bobby Kelly, Ari Shaffir, two of the all-time greats.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Unfortunately, life doesn't come with a user manual, so when it's not working for you, it's normal to feel stuck. We've talked about that quite often on this show. I would say mental health is like number 3 about the things we talk about. Navigating any of life's challenges can make you feel unsure. Whether it's a career change, a new relationship, becoming a parent, I don't know, you run a podcast and somehow that stresses you out, all these things, it helps to talk to someone about it. Therapists are trained to help you figure out the cause of challenging emotions and learn productive coping skills, which makes therapy the closest thing to a guided tour of the complex engine called you, our listeners. We talk about our depressions, our anxieties, our stressors, all kinds of stuff that we say helps us be the funniest we can be on this show. It doesn't always work. As the world's largest therapy service, BetterHelp has matched 3 million people with professionally licensed and vetted therapists available 100% online. It's also very affordable. You fill in a brief questionnaire to match with a therapist. If things aren't clicking, you can easily switch to a new therapist anytime. It really couldn't be simpler. Jackie also uses this, so it's very good and simple. No waiting rooms, no traffic, no endless searching for the right therapist. Learn more and save 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/KFC. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/KFC.
He goes,
well, the thing with
I
this
feel
kid
bad.
too is people bringing up like Vic, and they're bringing up fucking Tyson and all these people. Tyson was so long ago that doesn't count anymore. But it's
also like Tyson went to jail, so like relax.
Right,
it's not like
But in that era, people didn't give a fuck, bro. You know what? So we're looking up just like other Boston athletes who did some fucked up stuff.
Claudio Yastrzemski.
Dude, before Corey Dillon got signed by the Pats, he was going to court for a domestic violence dispute.
Yeah,
okay?
standard for the NFL.
Instead of going to jail, he opted for community service and made a donation to a women's shelter. What do you think? How much money do you think he gave to a women's shelter?
$150.
$1 million.
No, it's probably like a grand.
$750.
Oh my God.
$750.
A lot of money.
A
lot of Band-Aids. That's a lot of Band-Aids.
This was 2001, dude.
Imagine getting off and be like, hey, you just got to make a donation. He goes, well, it's not like, okay, good, but like, what's the cheapest I can get away with now? You think you should go 4 digits.
The fucking
right now?
Me and Norton.
Dude,
but I mean, like, if you're going to go that much, go like, up it a little, go to the 1,000.
Yeah, let's get a comma. Can we get a comma in there?
Yeah.
Bro, Kyrie's was just 500.
500 grand.
500 grand.
And they denied it.
Yeah.
Who would he try to give it to?
Oh, they denied it?
Who is this?
Kyrie.
Like Simon Weeks
In
like
his
that.
list of things to come back to the Nets, one of them is donate $500,000.
They said no. They said they didn't want anti-Semitic money. By the way, listen, I paid for Jew myself, my special Irish for Jew. Kyrie, I will take that money. I'm taking donations. I've got 20% of it back. I'm still deeply in the hole. Kyrie Irving, if you want to make up for anti-Semitism, I will forgive you.
And that's
give me that money.
You get the blessing from Ari. It's like you're accepted.
You
by
get
the
a
people.
bracha.
By some people. I mean, he's been fucked.
I think Ari
the NBA. I was banned from the NBA for 2 years.
Dude. I don't know. I don't know if you want to do NBA.
I think Ari should be the Jewish Pope.
I should be the Jewish Pope. That's a good idea.
Like the problem with the Jewish.
Damn, Kevin, that's a fucking good idea.
Make sure you subscribe to KFC Radio on YouTube to get all the video content. Subscribe, comment, like, and make sure you turn on the bell notifications so you know whenever new video content drops.
I want to say something, but the video has to be faster. That's it.